gang? Hey, welcome. Today we're going to be making a cat Pokemon project tier list. Now, okay, a couple things to note about tier lists in general, right? Like, they're always very subjective, and as a member of the Metagame Council, I'm inclined to just say this is a shitpost video and it's not meant to be taken seriously. Okay, basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going over and we're going to be putting all these bad boys into a tier list, starting with whatever this one is and going to Chromera, the newest one. I figured it's been too long since I made a cat video, and this is a really good way to do it. So, we got S, we got D, we got, we'll make, you know, extra stuff as we need to, but you know what, it's a good idea all the same. So, let's, dive right into it. Starting with Cyclar. Alright, Cyclar is pretty great. Bug Ice, little beautiful boy. He's a nice little chap. I mean, really, honest to God, have a good look at this little Dorfus over here. If I can scroll over, I really can't. Alright, that's fine. We're gonna put our guy Cyclar in a solid B. He's not great when it comes to LC or whatever, but you know what? He's trying his best, right? And like, he's got a grin on his face, so you really can't complain that much, you know? Next up is Cyclant. This thing is annoying. I mean, like, it's good, but it's annoying. It's like, it's new person bait, right? Like, you see a Bug Ice type with Mountaineer, you don't need heavy-duty boots or whatever, so you're just like, oh, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want with this thing. I don't know, man. Like, it's fine. Design-wise, Bug Ice is made to actually kill Garchomp. Really cool. Gen 4, it's pretty solid. It's changed from special to physical over the years. This is a solid A-rank cap. For the first cap that was made, it's pretty good. Alright, moving right along to Revenant. Ghost fighting. Used to be pretty ass in Black, White, X and Y. It was actually really good in Gen 4. But right now it's just kind of, again, new user bait. I mean, it's whatever. It's not great. I can't say I like the design too much, so we'll slap that bad boy into C. Alright, we got M-Birch. M-Birch, kind of stinky. I don't really have an opinion on M-Birch one way or another. It's not really that great. The design makes it feel kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, oh, it's M-Birch. Cool. So you're gonna go in C tier there. Next we got Flare Elm. Really good in NFE. Really good in NFE because it's got grass, fire grass, or grass fire, one of those. And you can run Eviolite on it. It's got good status. It's got like Leech Seed. It's got Wisp. It's got a bunch of options, which is kind of nice. So I kind of like Flare Elm. It's not my favorite, but I do enjoy its edginess for what it's worth. It's going in B. Alright, so next we got Pyroke, which, yeah, use Dragon Dance Pyroke, trust me, guys. But ultimately, I think that Pyroke is, one of those mons, like, I wish it were better. Like, it's definitely gotten better it's gotten worse. Pyroke is just kind of there. Ultimately, you know, Firegrass is cool typing at least, but Pyroke just doesn't really inspire that much confidence. We'll put it in B above Flare Elm. Actually, below Flare Elm. Next up, we got Breezy. Breezy's a fucking adorable. A tier. Poison Flying. Fidget. He's going. So, you know, that's what Fidget sounds like. Fidget is, you know, it's good competitively. It's good in the sense, like, it'll never be unrankable. It will always have some sort of dumb niche, whether that's setting up Tailwind or Trick Room or whatever. But Fidget really doesn't do much for me, other than it's kind of got a cool design, I guess. I'll put it at near the top of B rank for now. Might move down a little bit, whatever. Next we got Rebel. I think Rebel's pretty cool. I think Rebel is the best of the three of this family, so I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A. But then Tactite goes here because it starts to get weird and abstract, and then Stratagem is at the top of C because, like, I don't know. Stratagem for me always feels very strange. I never quite understand it. It feels just like an amalgamation of rocks, and it had a bunch of moves, but then it lost a bunch of moves as it went from, like, Gen 4 to Gen 5 to Gen 6, and then when it got Meteor Beam, it's like, oh, Power Herb Meteor Beam's fun to use, but, like, how good is it really? It's not that great, so whatever. What can I say? Up next, Privatike. Privatike, it's alright in NFE, it's alright in LC. I think it's kind of a creative little, like, but other than that, I don't care for it that much. Let's put it at the bottom of C. Argonaut. Used to be ass, then I got spikes, now it's good. I hate fighting it. Using it actually can be kind of fun, but, like, I don't really like Argonaut that much. I also didn't realize that this little bit right here was an eye patch for a while. Oops. Yeah, like, you can't really see it, but, like, you see how, like, there's its eye there, and there's a little black spot there? I thought that black spot was its eye, and I didn't realize that, like, it was an eye patch for a while. So it's just kind of like a whatever mon to me. I don't really like Argonaut that much, so I'm going to put it beneath Private Tyke. Actually, just above Private Tyke. No Face, fucking adorable. S tier. It's so cool. Kitsuno. I also really like Kitsuno, but it's not that great. I'm going to put it at the bottom of A. I like Kitsuno's design a lot. It's just like, Kitsuno is not a great Catmon overall, but, like, I love the design of Kitsuno, so what can you do, right? Ghost Steel, pretty fun, pretty good scout, all things considered. Next, we got Monome, love it, S tier. Duome, love it, S tier. Cyclone, love it, S tier. This entire line is goated. It's so good, so fun. Electric Dragon, tanky, bulky. Cyclone isn't great, but who gives a shit? It's a Thundercloud Electric Dragon. Like, how could you not love that? That's so cool. It's awesome. I love Cyclone. Cyclone might be my favorite cap. I mean, how can you not, though, right? Like, it's one of my favorites. So, Cyclone's great. Next, Slapperfish Memorial Mon, Dorsoil over here. Well, because Slapperfish is a thing, I feel inclined to add another tier to the thing, so we're gonna add a row below it to Slapperfish. And we're gonna slap Dorsoil right in there. Next, Colosoil. Colo is neat. I really like how it's a basketball-themed Pokemon, what with a rebound and slam jam. This is a solid A tier. Very cool. Protowatt. Protowatt just doesn't really inspire anything in me, and it's kind of shrimpy looking. Haha. D tier it goes. Krillawatt. Krillawatt is one of those mons that, like, you can never fully underestimate. When you're making a rain team, you always have to consider Krillawatt. I mean, like, for me, Electric Water's alright, but I don't really like Krillawatt that much. I think Krillawatt is probably better than, like, these guys, but I wouldn't put it past Stratagem. Voodal is next. I literally have no opinion on Voodal, but I don't think it's awful, but it's not, like, Protowatt tier. This thing, this isn't a cap. I don't know what this is. Luke, I don't know, what the hell that's doing there. I'm just gonna, here we go, add a row below, and we'll say not a cap, and we'll change the color to this to white. Very cool. Slap that bad boy in there, whatever that is. Next, Scratchit. Scratchit's pretty cute. Scratchit is like Scratchit's in the same tier as Cyclar. It's really good in LC. I like Scratchit. He's got the cool little hair, you know? It's pretty good. And then we got Tomahawk, which has always been really good, always. I come and go on Tomahawk. Like, on the one hand, sometimes I really like it. Other times I really fucking hate it. Its design's fine. Like, I think its design's pretty neat. I think Tomahawk is, like, the top of B, and that's basically it. Fighting Flying is also really cool, and it's just always been good. So, no matter whether you like it or not, Tomahawk's gonna be around. Nectarine. I don't really have an opinion on Nectarine. I think it's alright. Goes above Voodal. Necturna is really neat. Bug Maniac Bob is a wordsmith. That's really fun. I do like Necturna a lot. I think Necturna goes right below Kit in terms of their overall. I think the design's really neat. Mollix. Mollix is a goated little mollusk lava lamp type thing. I love that design. Not as much as I love Colosoil, but Mollix is a really cool, like, fire poison with hydration. The concept of having a bad type for the weather, but still being really good is really neat. A tier cap overall. Next, we've got Cupra. Cupra is a little tiny bug that's copper. I think Cupra is like, I don't really have too much of an opinion of Cupra. I think it just goes back in these NFEs guys here. I like it a little bit, no, actually I like Nectarine a little bit more. Argolis is, I actually like Argolis. We'll put it at the top of C. That's kind of fun. And then Oromoth. Oromoth has a storied history behind it between Bug Maniac Bob doing a lot of rigging for Cap and, you know, Oromoth getting nerfed a bunch and then having new roles, and Oromoth is just constantly different mon. I like Oromoth to an extent. I think it goes above, I think it goes right here, like right below Fidget and Tomo, but it's still really neat. Brattler is next. Also Bug Psychic with base 600 is pretty neat. Brattler, grass little snaky boy. Grass little snaky boy over here. He's fine. I don't care that much for it. I think you can put it in D tier and be fine with it. It's like, it's just a snake. It's not even good in the metagames you can use it, so whatever. The only thing it's really good for is naming your team after it, so you can like harass Snake Rattler. Next is Malaconda. Malaconda's a fascinating sort. I don't know how much I really feel about Malaconda 90% of the time. Like, it's never really been that great, but when I do use it as a meme, it is kind of funny, so I could say, like, middle C. Middle C is probably the best place for it, to be honest. Like, the design doesn't really inspire a ton, but what do you do? It's got a cool golden apple on the end, the forbidden golden apple. Next we got Caudette, fuck Caudette. Commodore, fuck Commodore. Steel Flying with Volt Absorb. Belly Drum. Caudette used to be a massive nuisance in like every single metagame it had because no matter what, when it had Belly Drum, it was just impossible to deal with due to its speed tier plus power. Commodore is the sort of get good kind of mon of Cap. It's like a really good way to people used to say it was like Dracovish, but not. I personally think that like Commodore isn't busted in the sense that if you prepare for it, you'll be fine. You have to prepare for it, but once you get rid of it, you know, you'll get rid of it. A lot of people call for a nerf for it. I feel like that's an insult to the people who made it. I think you should just ban it, but that's just me. Volcritter, really cool. We're gonna put you right at the bottom of A. Volkraken is, I think, a step down from Volcritter. I want to like Volkraken a lot. I like what it can do, but it's just not very good. I think there's a really good Gajinka of Volkraken, actually, that I would highly recommend you go check out. But I think Volkraken is, actually, I think Volkraken's the top of B tier. So, let's move Tomahawk down one. Volkraken is the definition of top of B tier. Snuglow, S tier. Look how fucking happy he is. Oh my god. Too far in. Look at him. He's so happy. He's like, wow, I'm happy to be alive. He's so great. The flavors that he jumps out of sand and hugs you. How could you not love that? So, Snuglow goes into S tier. Also, I'm going to move No Face down here, because these guys win. Yeah. Alright, Plasmanta's next. Plasmanta's not good. Plasmanta's cool, but it's not good. Plasmanta's like the top of C at this point. Like, Plasmanta, it's kind of a step down from Snuglow, honestly. Just because Plasmanta, like, yeah, it's an electric manta ray, electric poison, but like the way it was designed is kind of strange, and I think it's a little over-designed to an extent at times. Maybe that's just me. Next is Flotoy. It's kind of cute. We'll put it in C, along with all these other NFEs. I'm going to make a tier, actually. I'm going to insert one below. That's going to be C tier, C NFE. So that way, we're just slapping all these guys in here, because, like, you know, at that point, they're all kind of there. I think Emberch can go above Argonaut here. We'll just call this C minus. So yeah, so that's C minus. And then I do think this could then move up to C minus. And this could go up there. No, this stays in D. Next is Keimanu. Keimanu is really cool. Keimanu, I like just its design. It's like the Nordic boat, and I like how its hair looks like a mohawk kind of thing. It's also kind of fun to use in NFE. So I personally don't mind using Keimanu right in C here. Next is Leviathan. Leviathan I like, but I don't like to use. I like Leviathan thoroughly from a flavor perspective, and that's really about it. I don't think it garners too much more thought there. But it is neat. I do like the design a lot. Water steel, heat-proof guts. I think that's really neat. Next, Crucible. Sludge waifu, sludge pot waifu. I'm gonna put Crucible. I think Crucible goes right here. Like, vanilla Crucible just doesn't really inspire much into me. But I can't deny that Poison Rock with a Mega is really neat. Mega Crucible, on the other hand, I think is a cool design for what it does. It was busted in ORAS. You should use it if you're playing ORAS because it's really good. I think also the fact that it does still, or like you can't use it in newer generations, really adds to the lasting appeal of it. So I really like Mega Crucible, honestly. Pluffle, hang on, we gotta add one above S tier for Pluffle. Hang on. Yeah, Pluffle deserves a tier of its own. Pluffle tier, because, I mean, how could you not love Pluffle? So we're just gonna drag this guy up to here. Pluffle, very cool. Kerfluffle, fairy fighting. I really like it. It's really good. I would be inclined to put it, like, right at the top of A. I like what it does overall. It hits hard. It's fun to use. It's fun to play against because it encourages a lot of thoughtful play. Also, it's a pillow fight mon. How fucking smart and funny is that? I think that's hilarious. Alright. Next, we got Pajantum. Pajantum's a solid mon. I like it more than... I like it, but, like, it's not quite B tier, but it's definitely... I don't like it as much as these guys. So, Pajantum gets A tier. Very cool. Mumbao. I really like it. It's kind of fun. Mumbao is, like, you know, right there, you know? He's like, I'm a smart little guy, I got my big pigtails here. I like Mumbao a lot. Jumbao, or Jumbao, I think is, you know, just below it, but I also really like it. I think over time it can be kind of annoying to play against, but I really also like its design. Grass Fairy is really good. It's really good in Gen 7. Overall, it's really good. I do like Mumbao just a little bit more, but you cannot deny that, like, a sumo wrestler Baobab tree, good design. Alright, next. Faunifer. Faunifer, I don't really have an opinion on. I think if I saw it, I might pick it as the starters down here, but it's not really neat. I think it goes in the C-. Electrelk, I like kind of more... Like, Electrelk is really good in NFE. It gets a lot of good coverage, and it's got the nice speed tier for everything, so I think it goes in solid B. Better than Flare Elm. I think these two were both really fun to use back when I played Gen 7 NFE for Cap Gen 7 NFE. God, what a specialized tier. Carabolt. Carabolt's an S tier. I love Carabolt. Carabolt rocks. I think Carabolt goes right here. No, Carabolt goes here. I like it more than these two guys, but Carabolt's a railgun deer. That's so cool. Carabolt rocks. Grass Electric's my favorite type combo. It's so fun. It's not great, but fuck it, right? I like it. Smogecko goes right here, because again, like, starter-wise, I think when it comes to ranking these, spoilers for Swirlpool, I think Faunifer is my favorite of the starters in general, but I can't deny that Smogwana and Smokomoto are neat. Speaking of Smogwana, it's going to go right in here with these other Gen 7 NFEs, because they're just that good, you know? They're fun. But I can't really put them higher than, like, Cyclar, or Scratch It. I think Tactite also I like just a little bit more overall than all these guys, but what can I say? Smokomoto is an A tier. Smokomoto's decently high A tier too. I really like its design. I think it's, like, right here. It's a cool little, Komodo Dragon fire dude. Wish it got Bone Rush, but, you know, people were scared. What can you do? Yeah, Fireground too, really neat. Next, we got Swirlpool. Once again, doesn't really inspire much because in the C- NFE rank. Coriobalis, again. Coriobalis is fine, I guess. We'll just put it there. I don't think Coriobalis really does anything for me. Snailstrom, I go back and forth, right? Because Snailstrom is the ultimate noob bait. Snailstrom is quite literally ultimate noob bait. It's got Stealth Rocks, it's got Sticky Web, it's got Rapid Spin, Poison Heal, and like Swords Dance, and like workable. But everything it wants to do is done better by something else. And like, the design's really cool. Pip's design is great. It's just like, for me, I can't help but I feel like weird about it every time I see Snailstrom. Every time I see Snailstrom and someone using Snailstrom, I'm like, oh, they're using Snailstrom. So I think we'll put Snail at the bottom of C here. Justike. Justike's fun. Justike goes in middle C. Justike goes like right here, I think. I really like it. Kind of design. That's really fun. Equilibra. Oh, what a polarizing thing. Equilibra's so good. Like, I like the design. I think the design is really cool for what we're doing, especially with Doom Desire and, like, Justice and whatnot. I think it's really neat. It's just also a pain in the ass to deal with. I think Equilibra goes in maybe the bottom of A, and I'll probably break these up into, like, minuses and pluses or whatever. But anyway, Solotl... Solotl's okay. It looks a little weird. It's like balding on top. We'll put it back right near... We'll put it here. That's fine. Astrolotl, S tier. So cool. Astro rocks, my brainchild. Astro Fire Dragon Utilitymon. Got nerfed a bunch, but that's okay. It's still really good. Astrolotl, Fire Dragon, Magical Girl. I mean, how can you not love it, right? It's... chef's kiss. Alright, Miasmite. Miasmite's kind of fun, actually. I like that one. I'd be okay with putting that above the C tier. I would even put that above, like, Flare Helm, or Ember tier. Maybe even... No, this is fine where it is. Where it is right here. I don't think there's... I like the design, but I haven't used it much, so what can you do? Miasma is, it's a fine cap. Derek's little favorite guy over here. Whenever I see Miasma being used, if it's not Derek, I think, they probably don't know what's going on. But if it is Derek, then it's like, it's Derek, he's Miasma. I think it goes in the same area as Oromoth here, just because Oromoth and Miasma, whenever I face them, they feel kind of the same. And I really like both of their designs in a way, and, you know, they're very comparable. Bug Dragon is really cool typing. Overall, cool little mon. I wouldn't really put it much higher than B. And then Chromera. I haven't used Chromera a ton to really get a good idea, but I like what it turned out to be. I think, there were some other designs in the poll that I liked a little bit more, but I think Chromera overall is a fun idea for a cap. And it's pretty good. And I like the, you know, the Chimera Lion kind of thing. The tail's really neat. The paint style is really cool. This is a solid B cap, probably right behind Miasma, actually. So now that we've got these, I'm going to split these up a little bit into an A and an A minus. We're going to add a row below, and we're going to call that A minus. And that's going to get, like, roughly half of the mons here. I would say the line probably goes right here. So Cruci, Pajantum, Mumbao, and Jumbao, and Libra, all are in A minus here. We're gonna change the color on this to be the similar that guy, and then we'll add a B minus to row below, and that will be our B minus rank. Very neat. And the B minus rank, I think, starts with the Cyclar, Scratch It, all these NFEs, plus Pyroke and Leviathan. And then we've got our C rank, which I will then split up again into C and C minus. And then we'll do C double minus because, you know, we gotta do it. And that's gonna start right with these guys here. If I could remember where I had everything, whatever. Right here is probably good. Yeah, and then we'll change this guy's color to a nice green because color aesthetics are quite nice. Actually, this should be there. This should be a C. This should be C minus. We'll make that bluish. And then this will be C double minus because, you know, who needs rules, right? And then, yeah, I think this D tier is looking pretty good. Okay, so overall, this is what the tier list is looking like. This is Pluffle tier. It's got Pluffle. You can't really argue with that. Then you got, you know, Astro, you got Cyclone, the Cyclone line, Carabolt, No Face, and Snuglow. S tier caps, very good. Then you got Breezy, Kerf, Smogomoto, oh my god. Colo, Mollix, Cyclint, Rebel, Kitsuno, Necturna, all an A, very good. A minus is Volcritter, Mega Crucible, Pajantum, Mumbao, and Jumbao, and Equilibra. B is Volkraken, Tomo, Fidget, Ormoth, Miasma, and Chromera. Very solid right here. This is still, like, you know, these guys are fine. I like them. These guys, we start to get like, yeah, they're okay. These ones are like, whatever, I can live without them. These ones are like, I don't really like these too much. C double minus is NFEs that really don't inspire me in one way or another. D are mods I actively dislike. For one reason or another. Caudette and Commodore, they're there for a reason. We got Slapperfish tier, and we got this thing, which again I don't quite understand why it's on here. I don't think I've ever seen this before. I don't know what you would call it. Maybe like Spirit, because it's needle through the heart. Like, you know, it kind of looks like a pin cushion. So maybe like a Pindulsion, I don't know. There's a reason I don't make the names for the caps. I'm not a very creative person in that regard, but you know, here we are, cap tier list, very cool. We're gonna, you know, we'll save this and that'll be good. So we'll download this image and yeah, that's great. So yeah, presentation mode. Oh look, there it is. See? Oh, I probably should have done this for the video, but whatever. You know, life goes on. Anyway, if you like this video, thanks so much. Hope you enjoyed it. Great way to spend a half hour just watching me talk about caps. I guess we'll see you later. Okay, goodbye.